This is my cheat sheet. I get that term from my days in school when I could put on a little tiny piece of paper or on the back of my hand all the things I needed to know to pass the test. Well, this gives me everything I need to know, all the data that I've collected, both on a financial and a technical basis, to give me a feel for where the stocks that I want to own relative to the advent of artificial intelligence, what I call my BUS 12 and BUS 13 portfolio. What I want to do is explain it to you. Let's start here at the top. This is the BUS portfolio, and it contains roughly 35 stocks. And what I'm doing is I've researched their debt. I've gotten all their financial statements and their balance sheets, and I've created some parameters, and I ranked their debt situation, good, bad, or neutral. And what I'm saying is I recognize that the cost of their debt is going up, and how is that going to affect their earnings and their profits, and thus is that going to affect their price. I then rely on Mark, who does our swing trading platform, to give me a hold or a feel for their technical position. Where are they at relative to their resistance levels, their support levels, the MACD, the Scholastic? Where are they at relative to technical analysis? Then I tell you whether I'm in or out of it in my personal portfolio. I then create a target price basically from Mark's analysis of support levels and resistance levels and MACD and Scholastic, and that's my target price. That's the price I'd like to buy it at. This is when they have their earnings call, and this is their current price. Now, this number is automatically updated through Google Sheets. Then I look at free cash flow. In other words, how much money do they have in the bank that if they get into a bad situation that they can bail? This then is the percentage they are off their target price, and that would be the difference between the 170, 175 and the 65, the 165, my target. They're off by 4%. In other words, the price is 4% above where I'd like to buy it if I was buying today. This is their 200-day moving average, a very critical number. This is how close they are to it. So you can see their current price is 171.62. Their 200-day moving average is $170.90. So they are 0.42% above their moving average. I look at Axcelis Technologies. They are 22% above their 200-day moving average, and Assure Test Systems is 62% below. So this gives me a feel as to where these stocks are relative to the overall market and their past performance. Now, as you can see, then I highlight these in colors. Any that are close or less than 10% above their 200-day. These are those that are above, and then the greens are those are below. And I carry that over here as well. So when I sum total it, I say that there are 32% of my BUS portfolio stocks that are under their 200-day moving average. Okay? What does that mean? Well, I use as a barometer the Dow Jones 30, and I do the same thing. American Express, bad debt situation, bad technical analysis. They are 22% above my target price for them, but they are at 90% of their 200-day moving average. In other words, they are 10% below their 200-day moving average. I then come down here and say that of these, 63% of them are below their 200-day moving average. I do a similar calculation, again, only as a barometer, on the S&P 500. 67% of the S&P 500 are below their 200-day moving average. I then compare that to my BUS 13, so my BUS portfolio. So as you can see, my BUS portfolios are doing substantially better than than that of the Dow and the S&P 500. So that's how I use this to help me make buying decisions. What might that look like? Well, again, right now, I'm in a very strong cash position. Why? Because I think there are some events that are happening, such as higher interest rates, which put my stocks in jeopardy, such as inflation, such as the war in Ukraine, such as the war in Israel. Thus, I believe the market has a momentum down, and this here proves it to me. The S&P 500, 67% of the stocks are down below their 200-day moving average. As I see that go up, I can say the momentum of the market is changing. And I come in and I look at this almost every day, at least on a weekly basis, to see where is the momentum of the market going, how does my portfolio compare to it, or the stocks that I want to own compare to it, and where are they relative to where I want to buy or add to my positions. So this gives me the ability to measure my portfolio on both a fundamental and a technical basis, and then a momentum basis as well. You'll find this on my website, Best of Us Investors. If you're already here, you know how to use it. It's part of our Platinum program, and I think it gives you a leg up. It's making the best of all the data that's available to us and then interpreting it to make us better investors.